so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years, and our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Mayfield comes out throwing. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Here's the give to Irving. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd and just 2 to go. Baker now from the gun. That's caught for the first. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. On the give, this is Irving. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Flushed out of the pocket. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Defense relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Mayfield now from the gun. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Well, you don't normally get that type of outcome on a slant. You're just looking for a little short yard gain. But find the right type of athlete with space to work before and a perfectly placed ball after the catch. It's a perfect play to break it big.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Mayfield. Cut out left. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Handoff headed right, Irving. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Irving will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Mayfield now on 3rd and goal. Headed out right. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. And the pressure drives them backwards. On 4th down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. Along the right sideline, there's space. There it is, touchdown New Orleans. The Saints need only 1 to take the lead. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Reed now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Irving on the inside give. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Mayfield. And he'll go down. The Saints make the play. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. 7-3 is our score. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They'll need something big here to start out. It's 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. This one finds Irving. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Baker now. Don't try and force it into the slant. It's intercepted. Pete Werner has it.
Hey, listen, when you're throwing down the middle of the field, you have got to be crystal clear in your vision. There are so many defenders that can get into those zones. That might be a case of the QB there trying to do a little bit too much and certainly didn't see the defender who comes up with the big interception.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
From the 43. Completed to his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play. I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
That's caught by Chris Olave. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints parlay the interception into points. Chris Olave with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
This one is up and good. And the Saints drive their lead to 11. Reed now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Irving here from the gun. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 39. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Olave with the catch. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Back-to-back carries here. They'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Tackle made by Kalijah Cansey. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Throwing from the gun. This is complete to Olave. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Saints who have 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Motioning the tight end now. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Has him on the quick hitter. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Hits his running back. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll try with the wideout. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Chris Olave with the touchdown. Wow, how about the timing on that call? They catch him off guard, and it's an easy score on that wide receiver run.
That's exactly right. They crossed up the defense there, busted some tendencies. What a great call, and what great vision as a ball carrier. You don't always see that from wide receivers. That is a job well done.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints push their lead to 18. Reed now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. First down, here's Baker. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. Looking to throw. He's going deep. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Shaheed now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here he is on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Working quickly here.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's 2nd and 5. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Baker now off the play fake. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers make it an 11-point ball game.
Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Shaheed now to return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Give now to the running back. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Yaya Diaby brings him down. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10 now. Caught by his back. And this one doesn't go far.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
They'll run here from the gun. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Setting up a throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Whew, I think the coverage got away with one right there, Kate. There was actually space, and if that throw came out 1 second earlier, that could have been 6.
Back to the air on second down. He's loaded another one up. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. He's going to throw this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tried getting it to Chris Olave. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team on the field.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
That's simply a difficult tightrope block to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Got Evans. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Now a carry by Irving. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Offense to the line for 2nd down. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Second and 12 behind the sticks. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but they still need a bunch here on 4th down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Here's Riley Dixon on now for the punt on 4th down. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Airing it out to start this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20. After 4-yard line.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Dumped off to his running back. They deliver a shot before he can get to the line.
Simply put, Kate, that's just job well done by the defense. You get a completion on 2nd down and go backwards, that's some pretty superhuman effort and want to from this defense.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. From his own end zone on 3rd and long. And the big hitter will not be reeled in. That's incomplete, and that would have made for an impressive catch on our final play of the 3rd quarter. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Their punter making his way out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. From his end zone, he gets the kick away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Carry here for Irving. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Mayfield set to pass. Chased out to his right. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Saints get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Pick up a 5 on that play, and that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints making a 3-score game in the 4th. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, As they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Reed now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own 23-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He fires one deep down the big gain downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
39-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
From the gun, Mayfield. Finds his man. It's Godwin. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
White on 1st and goal. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. And that one's picked off in the end zone, but no, incomplete, folks. He wasn't able to stay in bounds. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Shaheed now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. First down, ball at the 36. Plowing up the middle. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Looking for a throw here. He lets one fly deep downfield. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints have likely locked up the win right there. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw. Just the right touch. And you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
Reed now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Buccaneers trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Second down, Mayfield to pass. That pass complete to Irving. Jukes one defender. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. You've got to keep moving quick here. Third and short, Mayfield. And they pick him off again. Alontae Taylor has it. And the Saints are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
They'll run here on first down. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 50-yard line.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Buccaneers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Throwing again is Baker. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Third down. Here's Mayfield. That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Baker throwing again. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Mayfield now on 3rd and goal. On the move, headed right. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and goal.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. All right, one more snap to play here. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's caught for the touchdown. No time left. So a positive note at the very end in this loss. The Buccaneers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Mike Evans with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. They can make the loss 1 point closer at least. And that one is through, so take a final point off of what's still a pretty big lead as this game comes to a close. So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.